Welcome back to Plunder Anime Review, episode number 9. This I'm discussing the last two episodes of the series, 23 and 24. Before I continue, I should comment on this, basically, that apparently episode 7 has 104 views on it. I'm like, wow, I did not really expect that for a binge-watching series. I didn't really expect it at all, probably because maybe Plunder is popular where I expected. Because here's the thing. Probably to randomly find on Wikipedia. I never knew about the popularity of the series. So, in these last two episodes, I had to comment on that. So, in these last two episodes, basically we have Licht versus Shotahara and Duntril. He's the tall guy. And they pretty much battled out a lot of episode 23, while Lena May basically is getting healed up. At one point, the thing gets interrupted briefly, though they would save it in the end. And of course, also, Licht is able to overcome both of the two. And, well, the battle's pretty much settled, which, of course, they kind of have. And, of course, according to Damachu, it's real that Sotohara has been obsessed with him ever since he saved her from bullies. Yes, where she's very much dependent on him. It's implied that she might be in love with him, but doesn't really go anywhere. So, yeah, I'm thinking like, okay, why would he care about a woman he bullied in the school? That makes no freaking sense at all. The fact that you constantly pull her hair or steal her stars. This is something that's a bit inconsistent about this character. Big, tall guy, very rude, and apparently he basically ends up caring for a woman he bullied. Doesn't make much sense. And with that particular battle settled, of course, like you have more allies. And of course, and of course, Dancho just basically gives Hina back her original ballot. And of course, he walks off. So Hara stays with them because, well, why not? And of course, you have Hana, and then of course you have this really cool thing where you have Pell, where he talks to Lick briefly. Where how did he know about his medical skills? Simply because basically the whole thing with guns. So, he talked to Lena May a little bit later. This is why we love a chubby woman. Because she's a bit chunky, but not that chunky per se. I mean, yeah, she can lose some weight, but spoiler alert, they do become a couple at the end of the series. Yes, they do. So, then we have it where Hina talks to Lick for a while. It's like, oh, now since that battle is let's make some babies, where she proceeds to take off her top, and then she takes off Lick's pants, and she's like really into it. Looks like no, not the time for this. And of course, Penny with tree, and looks like they're about to do it, and they get interrupted by everybody else. That way, the battle is interrupted by Jail. Yeah, the battle where have Lick take on two people at once. Jail steps in, takes on Sir Howard, basically deals with her pretty easily thanks to his scrap metal stuff that he has, because he's basically at one point. Yep. At number 1. So, yeah. And of course, Lick takes on, well, Danchu. Yeah, I had to point out that, of course, everybody shows up. And of course, the Almec Petitions, they all should go to the Royal Capital and get those pieces and possibly end this once and for all. Then, of course, they go off. Of course, they all eat some food. I think the whole hilarious bit, the bit between Hina and Lick, basically, where she really wants to make babies with him, is so hilarious. Now, in case you're curious, though, does she want to have sex with him? Yes, she does. From an adult perspective, kids don't listen to this part, basically, because Hina is very horny. Yes, that's what's very implied by the scene. Hina is horny for Licht. Yeah. That's simple gist of it. Kids don't read into that at all, because basically that's an adult type of thing to do. So, pretty much they all ride off on Nana's cart, and they go straight to the capital. And then we have the series end with, we have Schmierman basically concluded that, more things set to come. And then standing behind them is the Class A students who committed suicide. That's just implied anyways, because of the uniforms. Ends on a cliffhanger, which is quite odd to say the least. And by the way, They never finished adapting this arc. This is like, apparently, from what I read, they only adapted the first 14 pages of chapter 37, so they technically never finished adapting the chapter. And this final episode aired 2 years ago, so who knows if we're going to get a season 2 or not. But I'm going to end it here. I'll get my final thoughts in the next video. Excuse me. I do think that the final 2 episodes of the series are really good. And I'll get my final thoughts overall in the next video, okay? Next video. Bye.